Hello and welcome, my name is Theodora and this is my Let's Play series of Europa Universalis IV, where we are playing as the Ottomans. And we are of course playing in the newest expansion, Mare Nostrum. And we are kind of in a rebuilding phase. We had a war with the Mamluks a couple videos ago that was pretty expensive in manpower. And with last video we took over Crete and Corfu because Venice had to release them, because they were in a war. And that's kind of it. We are beginning to regain manpower. We're also building up some barracks so we can get even more manpower. And I remember there was a province down here that I needed to add because they had 500 manpower extra. And let's start looking at the army. We have some extra manpower now, so let's start building this army up again. First of all, we'll need a bunch of cavalry. So we'll need... Okay, we need some more money. But let's start building it up anyway. I don't think we'll be going to war. Oh, did we lose our diplomat in Hungary? Let's just get all the claims I can. Only two, but I guess that's better than nothing. Yeah, I should really be keeping an eye on those spies. Anyways, we have a bunch of stuff over here, and we basically have all claims we can get against QQ right now. But I think there's a bunch of cores down here we can return to Syria. Yeah. So we should probably... I think I'm gonna give this claim to Syria. Yes, because that's one of his cores. And then I can just expand this way instead. So I am gonna go to my subject screen, to Syria, and I'm gonna grant them one of my cores or claims, and we're gonna give them my core on Caesar. So now Syria has that claim. For some reason I still have it as well. That's weird. Must be a bug. Maybe they had it already, and yeah, that's a big possibility that he already claimed it himself, so I couldn't give it to him. Anyway, we also want to do something that I forgot. If you have your subjects on low liberty desire, you might as well enable the embargo rivals option. Means that they'll also embargo anyone you're embargoing, which will mean that you have better trade power with those guys. You can also enforce religion, not applicable in this case because we have the same religion. You can grant them land, you can grant them, or you could grant them cores and claims. You can grant them provinces. You can lose prestige to get rid of liberty desire. You can place your dynasty on their throne, which will make them more unhappy, and you can enable screw tax, which means that they give you 50 more influence or income, but don't go into your wars. Interesting. This is actually interesting because sometimes when you have a bunch of small vassals like Syria, they're actually more of a nuisance in wars because they keep throwing away their small armies and giving the opponent war score. So that might actually be nice to do in some instances. And we can get the last idea here. Yes, so we now get 33% less culture creation, 15% less accepted culture threshold. Yes, the most powerful idea in the world. And cheaper mercenaries, but who cares? Well, we do have quite a lot of mercenaries, so we care. But that means that we are now kind of ready to go to war again. At least when talking about administrative power, we still need our army back. But I'll probably take a break with the administrative ideas for a while, at least until we are ahead of time in administrative technology again. So we got what we needed out of that administrative idea. We also kind of want the last two here, but we aren't in a hurry with that, I would say. Like, this would be nice to get before I get the next technology, but I also kind of want to be ahead of time so we can get that extra production efficiency. So I'm gonna go for the tech next. And we have our cavalry coming in. And I think I needed 2 more. And then some infantry. Slowly starting to rebuild our army. I'll probably keep the rest of the mercenaries I have around until at least until we are full on manpower, because if we can afford it, having mercenaries in your armies also means that you lose less manpower in wars. So it does have some advantages having this administrative idea with extra mercenaries. So if we had like a bunch of mercenaries in each of our armies, then we would lose less manpower when we fought. So it might be something we could do at least for a while. Let's split this army. And then we need to add 4 more infantry to each. And let's do this. There's 2 ways to build. Of course you can choose the provinces yourself and stuff, but you can also just use these buttons here. So now I just buy 4 more infantry for this army, and they will automatically be produced in the closest province, or the province where they will be produced quickest, I think. And then they'll automatically join this army once they've been built. So let's have a look at that. Building it in these 4 provinces. Ooh, conversion. Let's convert Crete. And Venice ceded Istria to Hungary, so Venice is basically almost done. And what about us? How are we doing? I'm thinking I might want to be converting this to a territory or state soon. But we might want to do some more. How is Genoa doing, by the way? They are allied with France. But I have a claim on Theodora now, it would seem. So I could declare war on Theodora. Yes, I can. And I have no allies, so let's do that. What kind of army do they have? Theodora. Theodora. They have 3,000, so I don't even have to do much. Let's declare that war. That's some nice land to take. The reason why it's nice, like usually I will use the Genoan land so that I can start to go to war with Crimea and Golden Horde. But by taking these 2 provinces, I can now claim all of these 3 provinces. Once I have these 3 provinces, I can start claiming on Golden Horde, and we can start getting up towards Muscovy this way. And as you can see, Muscovy is already growing, so we need to get up there pretty soon, actually. So this is not a moment too soon. And let's send the army in there. Do. I love the music in this game, by the way. Okay, we have some diplomats that are doing nothing, so what do we want to do? Let's start building a spy network in Crimea and the Golden Horde, so we can start claiming there as soon as possible. This is actually nice. I hadn't thought about this, but it used to be that you couldn't do claims or start on claims before you bordered them. But now you can start up the network when you're close to having borders. That way you can build up your network and be ready to claim right away. This means that we can kind of get the war on Crimea started right away. So let's get the rest of this army and put it to work over here. And I'll build the rest of this infantry as well. Oh, I wanted to put there. Should maybe send the galleys over here, and then send the soldiers in there. Improvements in naval technology. There are claims that local fishermen have improved ship design. If we do a careful study of their ships and try building a copy, our best admirals believe that our naval technology will benefit a lot in the future. So we can accrue 50 or 0.5 inflation and get 50 diplomacy power, or we can just get 10. But as far as I know, we have almost no inflation. We actually have no inflation, so we can do with taking the extra monarch points and having some inflation. And then as soon as it's possible to hire this minister here, we'll do it, and he'll take care of the inflation for us. Very nice. And we are blockading both of their ports, even though it's not really necessary over here. And one of our guys died. Let's get a trade efficiency guy so we can gain some more trade income. How much are we gaining now? 14.8. That will increase to Venetians' claims on Maria. So we get the ambassador from Venice has just informed us that they have laid claims to the Maria Peninsula. This is clearly not acceptable. They must be punished. So we get a dramatic insult on them. Anyway, let's see. It increases from 14.8 to 15.77, so almost one extra docket. A whole extra docket. That's nice. And our QQ guy got caught. Now we can do nothing. We are already supporting rebels over here. I wonder if these are our Syrian separatists. Syrian separatists might actually join him, so is there any way to... Is there any way that we can support them? Oh, we can't. We can only support... It seems like we can only support one kind of rebels now. That's a shame. And someone declared on, or got some claims on us, but we don't care about that. And Aragon has been... Oh, Aragon. Trying to claim my lands? Are you insane? And we got the sieges done. And let's just take both, even though we didn't have a claim on this one. We are bad guys. Yup. And let's call them. Cheap cause. How are they looking? Are they part of... Yeah, they're part of the same. They're part of Crimea. So they are one province, or one... not one province, they are one state. Or will be. Let's take all of this. No, I will just park them there for now. Because it seems we'll be going... We need them here when we make war on Crimea. We do need some extra... what's it called? Spy network there, but let's just take the first claim so I don't forget it. And we'll just take it on Crimea. And we'll want all 3 claims before we go to war, but I just want to make sure that it doesn't give about 25 and I lose that diplomat. So we lost a couple of modifiers there. The Jimmy lost some influence, the Olema got some, I think. You can give them 15 loyalty and 10 influence. I think this is worth it. Give us more national tax, and it will make it cheaper if I somehow was insane enough to spend my admin points on giving a buff. Ooh, I got a achievement, factionalism. Interesting. Let's check that out. Factional. Have 3 different estates in your country with at least 70 influence each. Interesting. Nice. Achievement. God. And this is, by the way, this is really nice window that was added a couple of expansions ago, I think, with an overview of all the achievements that you can currently get. Like, some of them are a bit weird because some of them, like this one, you need to form Inca, and that's kind of weird being Ottomans and all. But a lot of them are interesting. So, for example, a decent reserve with 1 million manpower, we might be able to do that in this one. Form Arabia and produce the most coffee in the world. We also might be able to do this since we can now form Arabia. So there are a bunch of this we can do, but of course, I wanna probably doing Unify Islam since I haven't done this before. But my main thing I'm going for is over 1,001 provinces directly. But that'll take a while. Building up with Crimea, taking a while. Might as well build some mosques while I wait. Point 2, I think we don't want to be doing better than that. So what do we want to do for the next time? We have some, we have a point 2 more. Getting some extra income is always nice. And we did build barracks in all of the provinces that have had like really great gain. Now the rest of them are less beneficial to build in. Not that 375 isn't a good number, but it isn't the same rate of return, so I'd rather get some money. Because we do have rather high manpower, as just for free. How our naval? Oh, we are at 41 naval force limit, but still above it. So we have way more army force limit, but there's no reason to pay for that big of an army. I think we already are one of the biggest armies in the world. France is bigger, but we are definitely the biggest in our area, with the closest being Austria and Hungary in our area. So we might buy some extra soldiers if we get to be in a war with them. But right now, I like gaining some money. Definitely like gaining some money. And we are getting corruption for overextension and religious unity, and losing it from positive stability and rooting out corruption, and being ahead of time in diplomatic tech. And Ragusa got a new guy. Can we actually... They're allied with Hungary now. I would really like to kill Serbia and get this Kosovo gold. We do have a bunch of cores on there, claims on there. But I think I want to do Crimea first, so I can start claiming on the Golden Horde and stuff, because it's more important. They're actually both important, because I also want to be getting to Wien before I get Admin Tech 10, because they also need to get down in separatism, so both of those are important. I do think I want to do Crimea first, just because Crimea is Sunni, so I lose unity or piety for going to war with Crimea, and I can then gain it back by going to war with Serbia. So that's the reason why we're doing it. Now I know the reason. I knew it all along, of course. Crete. I don't like unrest. Still a bit of unrest because we are converting, but that'll be over soon. And of course, like I said, I'm choosing to stop out those rebels, both because I don't want to be using time dealing with them, but also because I don't want to be using manpower to deal with them at this point. And we are piling on the military power. We might be have to do some development soon. And we won't be giving our next idea until level Tech 7. And I think we will be taking... I can't decide, because I really want influence ideas as well. Influence ideas are really great because you get less aggressive expansion. You get cost to fabricate claims. So that might mean that they only cost 7.5 instead of 10 power. But you also get cheaper diplomatic annexation cost, and that's really nice because it means that you can more efficiently do the thing with creating vassals and giving them the land. But we can do another claim on Crimea. Fabricate claim on which one is the highest? We will do it on this province. On Kushalia. And how long before? We are almost there with the last claim, so we'll just do that before we attack. And we should do something with the last diplomat as well. Maybe we should just get some neighbors more happy. Just improve with... let's improve with Poland. I don't think we'll be going to war with them anytime soon. Like, not that we are not... We do want some of the land, we definitely want Moldavia, but we want all of this land. Which actually takes me to something I should be doing. It's not that important in this playthrough because we are not... we don't have that many allies, but when you have allies, you should be doing this and actively going and choosing the territory that you're interested in, so that if you end up in a war, your allies already know that this is what you want. Want this land? We of course need and want all of this land. I think these 3 are Syrian cores, so we'll probably be giving them those back to them, and just so we don't have to core them ourselves. Also want to be keeping an eye on this truce. We can declare war again on August 1478, and we'll lose our claims at 85, 78. So we have a good 8 years to or 7 years to get that war done, so that'll probably be fine. And we can get some more mosques built. Point 16, point 17. Any higher? Any higher? I don't think so. So we'll take the point 17 here. Because there's noble already built up with a barracks, a mosque, and a marketplace. A conversion successful. Let's convert Basel. Means we soon need to get some of these. This is religious seal. Religious seal. So these Macedonia, Thistle, and Epirus soon needs to give these over to. Anyway, this were a religious seal. Why do they have religious seal in Corfu? So they were converted to a new faith, and they are now religious seal until 93. So we might as well make them a DMA state, DMA province, because we can't convert them anyway. I think Montenegro was the same thing. Mantriga, fine, Mantriga. Also so we are gonna. Oh, we can't grant them because they're not a state anyway. So, but that means that once we have converted these two, we can then start giving these or taking these back from the Jimmy and converting those as well. The only way you can get rid of the Jimmy, by the way, is if you convert all of your land and then take all of their land. Then you will get rid of them, and then even if you then afterwards takes more land that's non-Christian, the Jimmy state, as far as I know, won't get come back. Anyway, we have reached the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider hitting the like button and subscribing. Hope to see you in the next video, and until then, have a good day.